Right now at 6, the return of the Labor Day parade to La Crosse. People line the streets to celebrate workers. And President Biden campaigns in Wisconsin. The Democrat says he wouldn't be where he is today without unions.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Amy DuPont. Ken is off tonight. Just into our newsroom, a rescue situation at La Crosse's Riverside Park. Police and firefighters rescued a person from a car that was driven halfway off the levee. Crowds of people, as you can see, were surrounding the scene. Again, this just took place about 20-30 minutes ago. Our crew at the park only saw one person in that vehicle, and there was no damage to the levee or anywhere else than where the car went through the barriers near the water. We're going to have an update as soon as police and firefighters release more details. La Crosse's Labor Day celebration is making a comeback. After a 2-year pandemic break, the city hosted its parade and picnic today. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen was there and joins us in studio to explain why Labor Fest is so important to some community members.
Amy, people I talked to at the parade and picnic said Labor Day is a special chance for them to recognize the work Americans put in every day. And it was also a chance for everyone to come together as a family.
At La Crosse's Labor Day parade,
I like parades.
Some came for the candy.
And you'll get lots of candy.
Others showed up for the unity.
It's my 10th year of doing this, but it just represents how hard we've worked for the benefits that we get.
Much of that hard work is done by unions, organizations who Labor Fest goers say have paved the way to today.
Labor is what drives this country. Without labor, nothing gets done, nothing gets made, nothing gets moved.
Labor Day celebrates workers.
Personally, for me, it's important to have this just to recognize everybody's hard work.
It has been 2 years since La Crosse's last Labor Fest. Since then, the workforce has changed.
For years and years, businesses have counted on let's pay minimum wage. Let's give someone $7.50 an hour. They can't afford a home, they can't afford children, they can't afford a car. Workers are resurging now, and employers have to realize that we're a commodity. We're a valued commodity.
Amid the ongoing worker shortage, these laborers say they won't settle.
People want rights at work, and they want to be treated fairly with respect, and they want to be treated fairly with wages and fairly with their employer.
Ultimately, this Labor Day provided a chance for families to come together, for relatives and the families we choose.
Labor Fest was hosted by Western Wisconsin's American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations. Amy?
All right, thank you, Emily. Well, millions of Americans hit the road for Labor Day weekend. According to AAA, roughly 32% of Americans got out of town. 82% of them did so in a motor vehicle. Dr. Hee So Young of UW Health says alcohol consumption is common during holiday weekends and a prime factor for automobile crashes.
Enjoy your holiday the way that you want to. Those things include things like having a designated driver, making sure that you're drinking in moderation, and also utilizing things such as taxi services and rideshare services.
In addition to keeping your vehicle in good working order, it is always important to avoid the known contributor to crashes year-round. That includes driving while impaired from either alcohol or medication, drowsy driving, driving distracted, and speeding. Beautiful weather for most of this holiday weekend. Started out with some showers with Bill, then the weather really turned the corner and it's been great.
Yeah, these 3-day holiday weekends, Memorial Day and Labor Day, it's tough to get all 3 days dry, but that's exactly what we did after those storms Friday night. Saturday was dry, Sunday was dry, today dry as well. Lots of sunshine and pleasant temperatures in the 70s for highs. I can update that 76 to a 77 out at the La Crosse Airport. Lots of 75s in Eau Claire, Black River Falls, and Sparta. 74 in Prairie du Chien. Skies are mostly sunny, just a few clouds scattered about over parts of southeastern Minnesota and northeastern Iowa. Also down towards Madison, some cloud cover there. Otherwise 75 in La Crosse and Sparta, 73 in Eau Claire and Black River Falls, 72 in Winona and Viroqua. Partly cloudy tonight, seasonably cool and comfortable. Windows open night. Watch for some patchy fog late tonight into tomorrow morning. Lows in the 50s for most, including 59 in La Crosse. I'll discuss more about those fog chances and the work week forecast ahead as well. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Bill. An officer-involved shooting is now underway in Eau Claire. Late Sunday night, 2 Eau Claire officers responded to a home on the city's northeast side where a man was said to be inside armed with a gun. Officers confronted the man and fired their weapons at him. He was injured and taken to a local hospital. As is policy, the Wisconsin Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation is conducting the investigation, and the officers, a 5-year and a 2-year veteran of the department, are on administrative leave. The Minnesota man charged with stabbing a group on the Apple River is headed to trial. Investigators say 52-year-old Nicolai Mew fatally stabbed one of the victims, a 17-year-old boy, after an altercation between Mew and a group of tubers. Mew's attorneys argue that he was surrounded by the group, threatened and assaulted, and he ultimately acted out of self-defense. But prosecutors say Mew instigated the fight. He has been jailed since that fatal July 30th incident. President Biden spent his Labor Day on the campaign trail, making 2 stops in battleground states, Pennsylvania and Milwaukee, and Wisconsin. Labor Day marks the final stretch before the November midterm elections. At Milwaukee's Labor Fest today, President Biden praised labor union members and the middle class.
The middle class built America. Everybody knows that. But unions built the middle class. That's a fact.
The president also spoke about how he was first elected to the U.S. Senate with the support he got from unions. Republican candidate for Wisconsin Governor Tim Michels also spent time today at Milwaukee's Labor Fest. Michels says he welcomes the president to Milwaukee, but he doesn't agree with the president's strategies to reduce inflation.
We always welcome a president of the United States, but if I had the opportunity to talk to him, I would talk to him about inflation and how it's out of control. And the reason we have out of control inflation is because of the excess government spending that's been going on.
Michels also said the president's shutdown of the Keystone Pipeline is the reason why gas prices are up. But according to an Associated Press fact check, the Keystone Pipeline wasn't in use when the project was canceled, and high crude oil prices and high demand drove gas prices up. Happening tomorrow, South Avenue in La Crosse will be closed to through traffic between 7th and Green Bay Streets. That closure comes as crews are going to make emergency repairs of a water main that's under the northbound lanes. Work is expected to be done by the end of the day on Saturday, September 10th. Still ahead, breaking barriers. Meet a Galesville woman who played in the American Pro Girls Baseball League.
Like most people, I bust my butt day in and day out. I earn every dime of my paycheck. It's the Wisconsin way.
But Governor Tony Evers supports paying welfare benefits to people who won't work, even after they turn down job offers.
That's a disgrace.
That's a disgrace.
It's a slap in the face to hardworking people like us.
Tony Evers should know better.
Tony Evers should know better, but he doesn't.
Tony Evers, our failed liberal governor.
I really love working with all the staff here at Bright Star. The office staff is amazing and the other caregivers are amazing as well. Well, I am a student, so I do have classes in the morning. Bright Star makes it really easy for students with flexibility and giving me the ability to do short shifts in between classes before and after classes. I love working with clients. It makes me feel like I'm making a big difference in their lives, even with small daily tasks. I would recommend working at Bright Star. It's a really great environment and I love it as a place to work.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Talk about a blast from the past. This year, the movie A League of Their Own turns 30. The story follows two sisters who played in America's first women's professional baseball league. News 8 Now's Ken Kozorowski introduces us to a Galesville woman who helped with the movie script after playing in the real league.
There's no crying in baseball!
An iconic line from 1992's A League of Their Own. But even more iconic are the women who inspired the film. Women like 85-year-old Dolly Osborne. She grew up in rural North Carolina and quickly fell in love with baseball. But there weren't any girls' leagues, so she joined a boys' league.
And I was the only girl on the team and in the league. This was 1950.
In the early 50s, Dolly went to a minor league baseball game in Charlotte, where she realized her baseball career could reach a new level.
And I saw a sign that said, women's baseball. I thought, holy cow, women's baseball.
The All-American Girls Pro Baseball League had been around since 1943, when male pro baseball athletes were serving overseas in World War II. Cubs owner Philip Wrigley started the Girls League to keep baseball in the hearts and minds of Americans.
And Jimmy Fox was the manager. And of course, I had heard of him, you know. And so I tried out, and he said, yep, okay, we'll sign you.
She was just 14.
My parents had to sign this. I had never seen a contract.
Before she knew it, she was flying to Indiana to start her pro career as a pitcher.
I'm right here. Right there. Had to be near the dog. I got to grow up very fast because the ladies were all older than me. The next youngest was 17.
Playing baseball was the easy part. The rules surrounding the game were another story.
Had to wear dresses in public. We had to wear makeup. I'd never worn makeup in my life. The only drawback in high school was I was a basketball player too, and I couldn't play. I was deemed a professional, and I said, but I'm not professional in basketball, but that didn't matter.
Dolly played 3 seasons in the league.
I stayed 2 years with Fort Wayne, and I was traded to South Bend in 1954.
She wanted to play for decades, but didn't get the chance.
We were devastated when it ended.
The league folded as televised major league games and large union strikes in the Midwest derailed attendance at the ladies' games. But Dolly wasn't giving up her playing days that easily.
Took a team on the road, and we played men's teams.
Traveling all over with little to no money.
I think one year I was down to a quarter in my pocket.
Chasing opportunities to play and even dabbling with some word-of-mouth advertising.
We would ride the fire trucks. They would take them all over town.
One travel game in particular will always stand out.
That's how I met my husband. We went out after the game, a whole group of us, and we sort of kept in touch for 9 years and then decided to get married. And they always ask him who won, and I said he did. He got me.
The sports world now has evolved quite a bit since Dolly joined the Fort Wayne Daisies. 50 years of Title IX, all thanks in part to the women like Dolly who proved it could be done.
We didn't really realize that that's what we were doing. We just wanted to play.
And because they wanted to, current and future generations can. For News 8 Now, I'm Ken Kozorowski.
Now, before the movie was shot, Dolly and other players got to meet with the director, Penny Marshall, and most of the cast. And she says Marshall actually gave them a copy of the script, and the real players got to offer their feedback. Very cool. Up next, a different kind of Labor Day. A West Salem mom is celebrating with a new baby boy.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. I'm tracking some fog chances for late tonight, also some warmer temperatures as the week progresses. All the details of my 8-day forecast after the break.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to cut millions from public schools?
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'll drain classrooms and gut school funding. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
The insurance company was calling me. I didn't know what to do. Schwebel, Getz & Sieben was able to take on the responsibility of all of the paperwork that was involved. All bills started getting sent to Schwebel, Getz & Sieben for them to organize the paperwork. Jim was able to take all that legal nightmare so I could focus on just getting better.
Injured in an accident due to no fault of your own? We can help. Schwebel, Getz & Sieben.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present Our Community Cares.
Join us for Steppin' Out in Pink at Riverside Park, Saturday, September 10th. Help raise money to support breast cancer research at the Gunderson Norma J. Vinger Center for Breast Care. The 2002 Taste of Summer Beer and Wine Tasting is happening Saturday, September 10th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Clearwater Farm on Alaska.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Did you know Tim Michaels supports allowing teenagers to buy AR-15s with no waiting period?
I throw guns.
Teenagers with assault weapons. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Many of you were off today this Labor Day. A West Salem mom, however, put in a lot of work, and she couldn't be happier. Emily Sweeney went into labor Sunday night and delivered a baby boy this morning on Labor Day. This is Wesley, and he is perfect. Family and friends got to meet the little guy a few hours after his birth. Proud parents Emily and Andrew Sweeney are excited to take him home.
He's healthy, so he's passing all his exams and checks, and so we're grateful for that. Very thankful.
Wesley's big sister, you see her, they're also pretty excited to have a little brother. Congratulations to the Sweeney family. One of La Crosse's biggest celebrations, Oktoberfest, is fast approaching. Organizers are giving active military and veterans 2 complimentary passes. They are available down at the Fest office. You do need to bring your military or veteran ID at pickup. Oktoberfest begins on September 29th with the craft beer night and the torchlight parade on La Crosse's north side. And Bill, it's been feeling a lot like fall. These mornings have been a bit chilly. Not that I'm complaining, but it really gives you a sense that fall is knocking on the door.
It's just around the corner, but yeah, definitely refreshing during the overnight and early morning hours, and pleasant temperatures during the day as well. And 'tis the time of year where we see those clear skies, light winds, and cooler temperatures, and we get that river valley fog. Now, visibility tracker showing things just fine at about midnight, but as we head towards 5 o'clock in the morning, some patchy fog in our area. The thicker fog looks to be confined to southeastern parts of the state, and as we run through about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, again, thicker fog down towards the Dells and Madison, over towards Milwaukee. Closer to home, maybe some thicker fog between Eau Claire and Black River Falls, otherwise patchy fog for the rest of us, and then that quickly mixes out by about 9 o'clock. So something to keep an eye on late tonight, early tomorrow, and again tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. We could be dealing with some fog in spots for that morning commute. Sunny right now, some haze off to the west, a lot of forest fires out to the west, so some smoke at times kind of makes for some pretty sunsets around here. That smoke is aloft, so you're not going to smell it, thankfully. 77 and 57 the numbers for today, pretty close to those averages of 79 and 58, and no rainfall across the area for today. 75 degrees out at the airport. Same with the station here in downtown La Crosse. Winds are light out of the east, the Mississippi dropping 5.05 feet. Sunny, 73 for you folks in Eau Claire. Southeasterly breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now we're in the 70s, but notice the heat out to the west here, and we're going to tap into some of that as the week progresses with warmer temperatures on the way. Pleasant today with highs in the 70s and current temperatures generally in the low to mid 70s, even a 69 in Preston, 75 here in La Crosse. Dew points are comfortable in the 50s, and that will remain the case overnight. Allergy report, by the way, high symptoms across the board today and tomorrow for nettle, weed pollen, and mold spores. So if you're not sensitive to those pollens or mold spores, open up those windows tonight. This is going to be a nice night in terms of low humidity and refreshing temperatures. In fact, mid to upper 50s across the county for morning lows, 59 in La Crosse, mid to upper 50s down to the south, even some lower 50s over towards Hillsboro. Our traditional cooler spots, Monroe, Jackson, and Clark counties could see some upper 40s for lows and then right around 54 for Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. Skies are clear, just a few clouds in parts of the area, but all of the action today. East Coast back into southeastern parts of the country. Now our next weather maker is up over Canada, but this high pressure is going to take its sweet time moving out, so that cold front's not going to arrive until Friday night with our next chance for some rain. Until then, some low clouds and fog potentially tomorrow morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny during the day. Again, tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, once again, some low clouds, maybe some patchy fog, and then lots of sunshine again for our Wednesday. Kind of rinse and repeat. But those temperatures will gradually be warming. So for tonight, 59, partly cloudy. Again, some patchy fog possible late tonight, early tomorrow. Otherwise, mostly sunny. 80 degrees for a high for our Tuesday. 85, in fact, mid-80s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Kind of breezy Thursday as well. That rain chance not until Friday night. Chance for some showers on Saturday, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder, and those showers should end early Sunday. Cooler for the weekend with highs in the low to mid 70s, and then next Monday and Tuesday looking dry at this point with highs in the 70s as well.
Gosh, these fall temperatures, they're so nice.
Yeah, although it's going to feel, again, very summer-like, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So
I love it.
Summer's not quite done just yet.
And I'm totally cool with that, but this is like my favorite time of the year.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, these mix of very comfortable temperatures.
Agreed.
And the fall temperatures mean it is football season, and a border battle is brewing. Players are excited and ready ahead of the big Packers-Vikings showdown. And the Twins, they're in New York taking on the Yankees. Cade, he's in next with sports.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by The Board Store. Are new windows in your future? We're a Pro Via Platinum dealer with certified installers. We'll help you find the best style, color, and glass options for your budget.
Did you know Masterforce has thousands of tools at Menards? Any tool you want, we have. There are hammers, drills, pliers, levels, wrenches, grinders, sanders, compressors, nailers, workbenches, mowers, blowers, chainsaws, floor jacks, knee pads, work lights, fans. And that's just a taste. Come check out the wide range of products from Masterforce, exclusively at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Get ready to shake, rattle, and roll on over to the 25th Annual Elvis Explosion, September 9th, 10th, and 11th, live at the La Crosse Center. Come and witness over 40 tribute artists battle it out for over $25,000 in cash and prizes. Tickets are available at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or days of shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, September 9th, 10th, and 11th at the La Crosse Center. And I'll see you there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
My wife and I worked hard for decades. We thought our retirement was secure.
But inflation is changing everything. Gas, groceries, it's hard for retirees on fixed incomes. But I'm even more worried about the debt we're leaving our grandchildren.
Senator Ron Johnson understands we must get spending under control.
And he's working to stop the waste in Washington.
Tell Senator Johnson to keep fighting for Wisconsin seniors and the next generation.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, there's not a whole lot going on in the sports world today on Labor Day, but high school teams have the day off. No games today, but we do have some afternoon baseball. The Twins had an early day in New York as they're set for a 4-game series against the Yankees, and Minnesota needs a good series because they're entering the week tied at the top of the AL Central. Let's go ahead and jump into the first inning. 1 on for Josh Donaldson, and he gives this one a ride. That goes off the wall. 1 run comes in to score, but but Donaldson, check this out, gets thrown out at second, and it's not even close. To the 5th, Twins in need of a run, and in his first game back to the Bronx since being traded, Gary Sanchez sends this one well over the left field wall and into the stands for a 2-run home run. Now tie game in the 6th, and this is not the man you want to see at the plate. Aaron Judge to deep left field for his 54th home run of the season as the Yankees go on to win 5-2. Brewers also in action late this afternoon. They were down early, but came back and are currently beating the Rockies in the 9th inning. I'll have full highlights and focus a little bit more on them tonight at 10. The countdown to Packers kickoff is officially less than a week away, and there are still plenty of question marks on the offensive end. One of those is the offensive line, but today, during practice, David Bakhtiari participated in 11-on-11 drills. Now, Bakhtiari spoke with ESPN beat reporter Rob Demoski, and he said that he believes he's on track to start in Sunday's regular season opener. So some big news for that offense. And also there's some big question marks at the wide receiver position, and many eyes are on Allen Lazard, who's expected to step up and play a big role. But at practice today, Lazard was the only player on that 53-man roster not practicing. Coach LaFleur said he's improving, and they'll see as the week progresses.
We're hoping that our group's prepared, feels like they can go out there, play fast, feel like they can go execute. But we know, there's a good chance that this game's going to come down to the very end. Got a ton of respect for so many players on their roster. Like I said, the coaches, we gotta have a good showing. We got to go out, be prepared, and be ready to roll with a really good team coming in like the Green Bay Packers.
Now, it might be head coach Kevin O'Connell's first Vikings versus Packers game, but he isn't new to football. He knows the hype around the matchup, and with it being just the first week of the season, the Vikings can really capitalize while the Packers still figure out those things on offense. We'll have to wait until Sunday to see these two teams face off, but we'll know a little bit more about the matchup when the injury reports come out later this week. And that's all I have for now, but like I said, I'll have those Brewer highlights and why it's an important week for Milwaukee coming up at 10. That was Amy doing the Viking horn sound. I appreciated it.
Listen to this sweet deal. Ron Johnson used his office to scoop up millions for himself. Like how Johnson secured a special tax break that benefited his own business.
Did my business benefit? Sure.
The tax break helped Johnson double his wealth. And the cherry on top? It's helped make him the 5th richest senator in Washington. Ron Johnson's not looking out for Wisconsin. He's out for himself. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
We're out of time. We'll have your back to work and your Brewers highlights at 10.